Welcome to the School Grounds Month webinar. We are glad you're here. My name is Anna.
And I'm Adela.
And we are Lessons in Grass. And our goal is to get children out, meaning outdoors. Today, we'll get you through activities that we've prepared for this year's campaign of School Grounds Month. The topic for us for this year will be water. And we'll guide you through some of our activities so that you know what to expect with us this month. There is a lot that can be done with and around water. We can guarantee that this year you'll get wet in School Grounds Month campaign. The International School Grounds Month is brought to you by International School Grounds Alliance, which is an organization that organizes this campaign globally. And we are participating with our topic, and for this year it's water for us. For last year it was trees and activities around trees, so you may remember it. And the Czech part of the campaign is supported by Foundation Proměny. Water is, you may think that water is very simple topic, but there is a lot that can be done around and with water. So we would like you to share the wide range of different activities. And we thought that water is a very crucial topic, especially when we concern climate change, and we see that water play a vital role in it. So in today's world, there are a lot of issues connected to water. For example, in some parts there is lack of water. In other parts it can be, on the other hand, torrential rains or floods. So that's why we are bringing water and the topic to our children as well. We decided to divide our challenges into 3 groups. The first group of challenges is focused on experiencing water. We'll develop sensitivity in these activities. We'll use senses. The second group of the challenges are connected with creating with water outdoors and opening our imagination. And then the next step is exploring water more scientifically. But this is not just coincidence that we decided to structure the campaign this way, because our experience is that when children are not ready for exploring water scientifically, it won't really work. The experience with water when in childhood is very essential and vital for children. Children are drawn to water and puddles since they can walk, basically. And if children don't have the time to have this experience and create and splashing and things like that, they won't really be much focused on scientific explorations later on. So we want to give children the time to go through these stages step by step, all the way to exploring. So let's have a closer look at the challenges that we've prepared for you this month.
I just want to tell you that all the challenges, later on you can find it on our webpage, lessonsingrass.com. There you will find all our challenges if you are not able to remember all that we will be talking about.
Exactly.
Why you should get involved in School Grounds Month. We have 3 points that should persuade you. Water is great playmate. It will teach the children a lot. It's a great material for creating. It's partner for their exploration. But as Anna mentioned already, first you have to leave kids alone with water or let them experience it fully with their senses. Otherwise, the next 2 steps, the creating and exploring, won't be so functional. Of course, that this theme touches climate and course, it's connected with climate change. Um, at the end, you will talk with kids. You will be exploring how the water in their surrounding works. What does the rain? Where do the precipitations soak, and so on. They will be exploring how does the water influence all our climate. And it will be easier for you to understand it if they touch it first, if they play with it. And of course, we are a program that aims to get children out, and it's very essential. They have the innate need to spend time outdoors, playing and crafting around. And we have one more point. Please, if you are experienced outdoor learner, take somebody out with you. Maybe a less experienced teacher or a family you know that needs to get involved in outdoor learning. It's very important for the generation of these kids.
Because this is what the global campaign is basically about. We are trying to promote outdoor learning, and the School Grounds Month is going this direction. So May is one of the most beautiful months of the year, and even teachers who are not experienced in outdoor learning can, dare to go outdoors with their children, and hopefully they will find that learning outdoors is more effective and more fun for them and for the children as well.
How can you get involved? Please share your experience with those who are less experienced or with anybody else on our Facebook, which looks like this right now. And if you are willing to win something, share it, share some photos into our email and email it to us. You will have the chance to receive one of our great ebooks or Playful Herbarium or Laboratory Spring Summer or Trees One, which is focused on sensitivity. Very important book. All the information can be found on the web page I have shown you, so don't be afraid you will lose it. Maybe something more about the books you can win. This is Playful Herbarium, and it consists of 4 parts. In each part is connected to 1 month, but it can be used for all the vegetation period around, because it looks closer on the gardens, on seeds, on growing something, on exploring gardens, making it better for our non-human neighbors. And it takes closer look at some herbs. In each volume, you will take a closer look at I think 6 herbs, and you will have worksheets for them and can explore it very closely. Then the second book you can win is Laboratory Spring Summer. This is great for teachers, but also for homeschoolers or homeschooling families. And you will have the opportunity to explore spring and summer from various points of view. You will have closer look at, for example, life in water and so on. If you want to peep in the books I am showing you right now, it can be found on our web page in the section ebooks. And the third one, Trees One, which is focused on sensitivity, will show you various activities you can do with your kids or in school or at home, which strengthen their relationship with trees or all the living surroundings. Good. Was what you can win. And now it's Anna's turn, I think.
Okay, let's dive into the activities that we've prepared for you. As I've already said, they are divided into 3 groups. And the first one, we are experiencing water with our senses. In the second one, we are creating with water and opening up our imagination. And only in the third one, we are exploring water in a more scientific way. Experience water. There in this section, there are activities such as meet the drop, experience the puddle, water battle, journey by water, stones by the water, and listen to the water. And there are 2 more that are maybe for more experienced children, but they're beautiful activities: water orchestra and water dance. We can go through some of the activities now, just for you to have an idea what's waiting for you there. Each activity is divided into smaller activities so that you can choose what's doable for you, and you know, what would suit your group, your children. So in the meet the drop, the first very simple, beautiful activity is feel the rain. You know, just show children that they can enjoy rain as something special and even beautiful. They can feel the raindrops on their faces. They learn not to hide in front of rain all the time. They can learn that rain is not dangerous and they can even enjoy it. And you can talk about different types of rains and so on. Or you can collect dew. That is a morning activity. You can go out with children and collect the dew drops into cups. You can observe dew on spider webs. You can work with the drops on flat surfaces and see the magic when they meet and so on. And the third activity would be splashing. I don't think I have to introduce it so much, but that's like more dynamic activity for active children. Another very popular activity is, of course, experience the puddle. That's something very natural for children. We don't have to really explain what that is too much, but the important point from us is that there is a wide range of activities that can be done with puddles, and not all of them have to be getting completely wet and muddy, because especially if you're a teacher and you have a group of children, you don't really want them to get wet and soiled, and that maybe parents won't be very pleased about it. So there are activities that are more calm, that children can experience puddles just like mirrors. They can use some sticks and poking in them. They can decorate the puddles. But of course, children are very tempted to go into action and you know, running and splashing through the puddles. And if they don't have the experience, they will definitely you know, magnetized by the puddles, and they would like to do it. But if they already have the experience, they're not that tempted anymore, and they are maybe searching for some other challenges. So going, you know, through a puddle on a bike, for example, or jumping across the puddles would be a great activity. But for the youngest children, it's basically inevitable that they would love to go and jump and splash the water in the puddles. So be prepared for that. Have the right gear for that, and maybe choose a good warm day that children won't get sick. In groups, even children that are very, self-conscious, they are hesitant if they should go into the action or not, if something dangerous can happen to them. They very often, and basically most of the time, they just join in with the group and enjoy the water anyways. And once they get wild enough, you can have more peaceful moments there. Children chill out in puddles. But of course, it depends if you can afford it, as the provider and guide of the children. So make sure that you don't maybe get that far if you can't afford it. So try to find the right moment when you have to stop the children so that they don't get completely muddy. But if you can afford it, choose the right warm day, and you'll enjoy it very much with the children. Not all children are that much into action, and they prefer maybe more peaceful activities with puddles. So a very nice activity is using a needle and making a compass in the puddle. Or you can bring some toys outdoors, some Lego figurines and things like that, animals, and you can play some stories and do the storytelling around puddles. And it's good, you can go one back. I forgot to say that it's good to divide the activities, and if you have in your group children that prefer more peaceful activities, you should provide them a puddle that would be only for their activities, so that they don't get splashed over with muddy water from other children. Stones by the water is another activity. It very much goes together, stones, water, and children, and you don't really have to do much, and children will go and do their games with it. They can use brushes and paint the stones, and they love how the stones are changing their colors. For example, they can do some structures and use the stones and pebbles to do some building around water, in water, and around the riverbanks. They can do some land art with the stones. And of course, you should be careful, especially in some seasons, and you should tell children that they should not take stones from water where there is some wildlife, so that they don't disturb them, they don't destroy their houses. And this very nicely broadens their sensitivity, their environmental sensitivity to places. Yeah, here's another example of some structures that children like to do, and it's very beautiful to see the diversity in the stones and pebbles. We can move on. Okay, another activity is journey by water. I'm sure you know this activity as well. Children just love to go in the water or buy some water course. And they
This
love
is my
to watch.
favorite.
Yeah,
Even if you have children that don't like to walk a lot, if you follow some stream, they are very likely to go further than they would normally. Oh.
preferably in
And
the stream itself.
it depends
Yeah.
very much on what kind of children do you have, and what can you allow them to. If once they enjoy this, they will very likely the next time they can only explore the water life and they will be content. But once in their life, they will surely be tempted to do this.
You can move on, Adelo, because there are more pictures of this.
Yeah, for sure. If you are not able to do this during your school classes, maybe you can keep these ideas for your summer camps. And this is a very nice use of Wellington boots. Unexpected one.
Again, choose some good and warm weather for this activity.
Yeah, for
As
the
well as for the
beginners.
next activity, water battle. It's something that we all know from our childhood. Children very much enjoy it. Again, all you need is a plastic bottle, a hammer, and nail. You can do only a small hole in the cap, and you have a very nice tool for the battle.
Yeah, and
You don't have to shoot somebody. You don't have to um, do it with as a fight, but you can try the water to splash the water to a target. Children very much enjoy it to use it this way, but of course it's a lot of fun to spray the water and do all sorts of fights. In this activity, it's just very important to watch the children and monitor if all the children are still smiling, if it's still comfortable for them. But if it is, they have a lot of fun. And of course, it can get as far as to the muddy challenge. And again, it's just a matter of well, this is maybe for parents more than for teachers, this challenge. Listen to the water. It's a beautiful activity when children are focused. It's not that dynamic. It's more peaceful and calm activity. Children listen to the water around them, and they try to block the sight, and they use their hearing abilities, and they realize what kind of sounds water can make.
yeah, I would add that this is very beautiful for some kids, and it's very natural for them to stop and to listen. But for other kids, it's important that they enjoy the water element first, like with the battles and running and making splash, and then only then they are able to focus for a while on the calm activity.
Yeah, maybe you have to stop them. And water orchestra is an activity that follows the listening activity, and it's about making the sounds with water. So you will need a lot of different containers, cups, and jars, things like that. And you are experimenting with the water sounds. You can put some sand to the water in a jar, or some small stones, and you're experimenting with water. And you divide the children based on the sounds they are making. So you can create the whole orchestra, water orchestra. And if you have the orchestra, you can move on and do some water dance. Children will get wet in this activity. And you can put it nicely together. You know, some children are doing the music, the water music, and some children are dancing. You can make like a celebration out of it. You can invite, you know, other children, parents, and make a concert with this art performance together with it. And those were all the challenges in this experience section. And Adela will guide you through this creative part with water.
So once children have enjoyed the water element fully, you can move on and create something out of it or with it. We will take a look at a few activities. You can paint with water. You can, it is important that you make water live in your garden. You can, of course, build something with or for water. We will discover rivers. Importantly, we will discover how the water erosion works. And some schools have the advantage that they have a spring nearby, so that they take care of it. You can paint with water, of course. On your body, you can paint with pure water on stones or various surfaces, so that children experience how does it change some surfaces. These are water flowers which bloom nicely in the water. And also you can paint with aquarelle pencils, and then you can use it as a target for your water bottle, or you can leave the rain play its game with it. This is very important, that you invite water in your garden. This is you can invite it in small containers and play with it. But more importantly, you can use it in your garden to invite various creatures. You can make houses for frogs. This is for those who are Spanish speaking here. This is olla, and it's very important or it can be used to water your crops, even if it's not raining. Waters them evenly. I think that every child has to play the game of making a stream and watching what does the water do with it. You can collect rainwater so that children play with only with some amount of water. They will get to know that this is scarce resource. You can add anything of the children's fantasy and build your own worlds in the water. And this is beautiful. You can use gutters or eaves, or you can have any pipe you have, and children love this play. I have seen it in a kindergarten where the children spend many hours playing with just pushing water here and there through it. It was beautiful. If you are lucky enough to have a stream nearby, a water mill is always the best thing to do with kids, so that they learn how the water moves, how it works. Discovering rivers is a beautiful opportunity. Here again, You have to be aware that children will like to explore it very, very from the bottom. Or you can make your own rivers. And if you are talking about rivers in your country, this is nice activity. You can have some ropes and make them build the rivers on the lawn, for example. Yeah, be aware that kids love to dive. Water erosion. It gives us the opportunity to have a closer look on how does the water work in our landscape. Then you can, if you have more experienced children, you can talk about various crops we use, what, how does the corn influence landscape and so on. But you can still stay with only eroding one small part of your garden, and still it will give them the experience, and later on they can build on it, the knowledge they will need. This is working with the resource. They have only rainwater, and they are making dams and opening it from time to time. This is for the lucky of you that have a spring nearby. You can be talking about how does it origin. And in the third section, after you have experienced water and you have done various things with it, you can immerse into the knowledge. They will need it once, but they have to be prepared for it. Of course, it's obvious that you will be searching for what's living in the water. Of course, you can collect precipitation and talk about how much it is raining this year. If you are more scientifically focused, you can compare it with previous years and with another regions. You will then be searching for water in the soil. What does it do with the soil? How does it influence the soil if there is not much water? And then you will be mapping soaking, which is very nice. You can choose various soils and let children explore which soil keeps the moisture the most. So it was a very quick review of what you can find on our website. All the challenges are explained there, or there are some there that will be explained soon. Not all the content is already available, but you have all the mail for it. So again, it's lessonsingrass.com, and you can be winning one of our ebooks if you get involved and send us some photos from your trips to nature, from your garden explorations, from your water games.
Yeah, we would be very happy if you share with us your experiences, because it's very important to spread the word and inspire other teachers, other parents to go out with their children on more regular basis and more often. So don't forget that you can get our some of our ebooks. Adela already introduced the ebooks, and don't forget that not all children had the opportunity to fully enjoy water when they were small children, and that's why we chose this topic, just to give them the chance to enjoy the water and maybe have the experiences that they might missed out on.
So thank you very much for bringing children closer to nature and letting them enjoy all the elements. It's their innate need. Developmental psychology talks about the importance of really living in the close relationship with nature in the childhood. Thank you very much. You are doing such an important job. And we are looking forward to see you again in another opportunity.
Thank you, and let it splash. Bye.
Bye.